Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you a week in my life, and I uploaded one of these recently. It's basically exactly the same as a day in my life. You probably wouldn't even know the difference if I didn't tell you that it was a week in my life. I basically just had a bunch of clips of my last week, everything from my friend's wedding that I went to Dan planting our spring garden, which was super exciting, and we're actually already starting to see produce growing. I went back in for another beauty treatment. We visited Gatlinburg. So today I'm going to bring you all around with us. So with that being said, let's hop right in. So one of my favorite things to do any day of the week, as you guys know, is cook. And on this day, I decided to gather some greens from my tower garden to include in our tacos that I wanted to make us for lunch. So I pulled a bunch of cilantro and some different lettuce mixed greens. Then I chopped up some cherry tomatoes. Then I finally chopped the cilantro, which, by the way, the cilantro from the tower garden is amazing. Then I put a bunch of freshly ground black pepper onto my cherry tomatoes. I also decided to chop up some fresh red apple for the tacos as well, because on this day we were making salmon tacos, and I just felt like something light and fruity and crunchy would go along great with the tacos. I had a little bit of avocado mash left over from the morning, so I scooped that into a bowl, and then I cut open another avocado to add just so we could make some more guacamole. Dan and I are both big guac fans, so I wanted to make sure we had more than enough. Now, I didn't really make guacamole on this day. I kind of just did another little mash. So I added some chunky sea salt, some balsamic vinaigrette, some red chili flakes, a bunch of fresh lemon juice, and a little bit of garlic salt. Both of us really like onions, so I decided to dice up some white sweet onions on the side as well. We're also big jalapeno fans, so I chopped up some of those too. I also decided to cut some lemons for the side because I feel like whenever we're having fish tacos, I always end up wanting to squeeze more lemon onto my taco. Then I grated up some cheese. I also pulled out this Frontera jalapeno cilantro salsa to go on the side, as well as this Siete chipotle hot sauce, which is literally amazing. And then that was our taco bar. It was so good, and it was really encouraging and inspiring to myself because I wasn't sure what to make for lunch this day, and I kind of just dug through the fridge and figured out that we had enough ingredients, more than enough, to make this happen. So I put some salmon in my taco shells, which were also Siete, and then I added a hefty amount of chipotle hot sauce, followed it up with some onions, some jalapenos, some apples, a little bit of avocado mash, and then I actually set the lemons on the plate just to hold up my taco while I scooped some salsa on top. Then I also took a couple of cherry tomatoes, added those to the taco, some shredded cheese, some cilantro, and I didn't get a final shot, but just trust me when I tell you, it was amazing. So later that day, we were going to our friend Betsy and Aaron's wedding. So this is the dress that I decided to wear, and I got it recently from Forever 21. So if I can find it, I will link it in the info box, but I hung it up while I did my hair and makeup. So I like to apply my wet makeup products first, my foundation, my concealer, and then I like to let that dry before I do powder. So I either do, anything around the house that I need to do, or I'll eat. But on this day, while I let it dry, I decided to work on my hair. So I pulled my hair down out of the ponytail that I had, and then I sprayed a little bit of dry shampoo. This is a argan oil dry shampoo by OGX, and I sprayed that to the roots and just kind of like ran my fingers through my hair. Then I took my Tangle Teezer brush and brushed out my hair. Now, I got a lot of questions about how to do this hairstyle when I posted a picture on Instagram, and it's kind of hard, but also simple if you know how to do Dutch braids. So I just parted my hair down the center. And then I basically just Dutch braided each side of my head, just like the front half of my hair, and then left the bottom half out to curl. And if you don't know what a Dutch braid is, it's literally just a French braid, except rather than going over with the hair, you go under. So it turns the braid inside out. And I really love that look, especially for my hair because it's so dark. I feel like this really helps the braid stand out. And once I got to the end of the braid on each side, I pancaked it by pulling the edge of the braids out. Then I took my remaining hair at the bottom and I just did some wraparound curls around my curling iron. Then I took my two braids, I connected them in the back, and then when I was pulling my hair to a ponytail, halfway through, I kind of stopped that process, as you can see, and then just pulled it into a bun. And then that is my look. Definitely not the fanciest hairstyle. I really don't feel like I'm the greatest at hair, but also I liked this look, so there you go. By this point, I felt like my wet products had had a chance to dry, so I moved on to the rest of my makeup. I always feel funny when I'm introducing these like full outfit shots. Like I should just be saying, and there's my look. But there's my look, guys. By the way, these earrings are from my friend Morgan's shop, her Etsy shop. So I will also link her store down below because I get so many questions about these earrings. So Betsy and Aaron got married here in Nashville at a local historic site. I don't remember the name, but it was absolutely stunning. Walking through the grounds kind of reminded me of like somewhere in London, like a Harry Potter type building. Oh, and I got to see a couple of my friends. And look at how beautiful this place is. The building, the ceremony, and the couple were absolutely gorgeous. The music was amazing, which I would expect nothing less in Nashville. Betsy actually walked down the aisle to a beautiful song that she wrote, like without the lyrics. And Dan and I were laughing because we're like, of course, we're in Nashville and we go to a wedding with amazing music where the bride's walking down the aisle to her own beautiful song. And I think it was called like Picking Out Rings or Looking at Rings. Oh, by the way, if you watch all of my day in my life videos, you have seen Betsy before in one of my videos. She is such a sweet, kind human, and I love her. And I just feel really lucky that Dan and I got to be there that day. So once again, I made everyone say hi and then act casual while Dan filmed. Had to stick my head out the window because the temperature was perfect. Also, I know I've shared this before, but we're just gonna drop this in for another dose of happiness. My favorite time of day in my house is when the sun is setting and this crystal apple that my grandma gave me projects rainbows on the wall. It's so beautiful, and I thought I would share again. Bowser and Zoe love it too. So another exciting thing that we did this week was plant the spring garden. I can't say we, really it was Dan. You guys know that the outside garden is really Dan's terrain. Side note, we've actually had these plants for a few weeks now, and a lot of them already had produced fruit. So there were already beans on the yellow string beans, and there were already jalapenos on the jalapeno plants. And so, yeah, Dan had already prepared this area and laid down the soil that he wanted to lay down and kind of mapped everything out, figured it out. And so on this day, he finally laid it all in the ground. So this year he planted an array of plants, everything from tomatoes to yellow beans, jalapeno peppers, potatoes, sweet potatoes. As you can see, he has a mint pot as well, and a couple of other vegetables, but I actually can't remember everything he planted. Our garden is so simple, and we both have so many dreams for the types of food growing and gardens that we'd like to have in the future. But there's something so beautiful about this stage in life right now. Both of us really just learning what it takes to grow plants. Dan really grew up around this. I've mentioned this before, but his grandpa had a farm. I did not grow up around this at all. But even though Dan did, he never really participated. So both of us are learning a lot through our different plant and gardening experiences, including how delicious homegrown food is. I'm so excited to, God willing, harvest so many of these vegetables and make different dishes with them this summer. It's probably going to be Pepper City, USA up in here, guys, because we planted a lot of peppers. And honestly, on the tower garden inside, we have like 3 jalapeno plants that are thriving. So I feel like people in our life are going to be getting a lot of jalapeno peppers very soon. So another thing that I did this week, I actually made my way in to see my esthetician, Heather Happy. Yes, that is literally her name. And she works at Cool Springs Plastic Surgery, and they have a couple different offices in Nashville. And on this day, we did a laser treatment called BBL. And this treatment is really cool because there's no downtime. For me, it was completely painless, like literally painless. And the reason that we did this treatment, this is actually my second one. I had one about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, was because after my halo laser, which by the way, that video should be up this week for you guys to see that whole process. But after my halo laser, I felt like my skin was left a little bit pink for like a while. And so she told me, hey, why don't you come in? We'll do the BBL and that should knock the pink right out of your skin. And holy Toledo, she was totally right. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was not expecting it to work so well, so fast. So, ooh, there I am modeling with all of the gels still on my face from the laser. She also did a little treatment, we'll see how it works, and basically zapped a little vein on my face that showed up a couple years ago and it's just been kind of chilling there. So she said this actually will probably diminish that. All right, so another fun thing we did this week, we actually made our way up to Gatlinburg. So Gatlinburg is a little mountain town here in Tennessee, and I have had the privilege of working with Ole Red, a restaurant here, not only in Nashville, but also in Oklahoma, and then here in Gatlinburg. I'm a big fan of their food. It's definitely comfort food, but I love their fried pickles. They're served with a white barbecue sauce, and you also get a couple of fried tomatoes, and they are literally everything. And also they have a kale farmer's market salad that is just so good. And I get it with their cashew ranch. So it's a dairy-free ranch. So yeah, we just ate our food, listened to music, hung out, and then there was this line dancing party that took place. So I thought I would share that with you because that made me smile. These ladies were here just hanging out, having a good time. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, like I said, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. And if you made it this far in the video, again, I just want to let you know I've been doing this on pretty much every video, but check my info box because I am doing secret, but not so secret because I'm announcing them, giveaways. Just to say thank you to you guys for all of the support that you give me. Every time you watch my videos, comment on them, not only are you supporting my channel, but also you are participating in growing our community. It's really cool to hear from you guys because I have learned so much from you in regards to cooking and homemaking and just so many different things. So I really appreciate you guys. I will hopefully see you back here soon with another new video. And yeah, bye guys.